Good evening, everyone. Anyone who's out there having a look? I've got a bit of a supply problem in at the community store, so it's time to make some more tops. These are just pallet offcuts, bearers from in between gyprock sheets and that sort of thing, I guess.
How's it going?
Hey, Guy, how you going, mate?
Going
I
on?
forgot you can get in. Hey, Cat.
You got it. How you going, Kat? How you going, Robbo? Robbo's in the background. Dude?
Can't you let him in?
Nah,
Oh.
I tried
I'll
and
let
it
him
won't
in
let
then.
me. Yeah.
Good evening.
How are you, young Robbo?
Not too bad for an old fart. Hello, Kat, Lawrence, Jay, Sid.
How you going, Lawrence? How you going, Lawrence? How you going, Robbo? What have you been up to?
Hey, Lawrence.
I was still sorting out bloody Christmas lights and things. And Tommy. G'day, Tommy.
How you
Hey,
going,
Tommy.
Tommy?
Better I might be able to hear now.
That'd be a shame.
Yeah, can't have you talking about me without knowing what's going on.
Yeah, that's right.
That'd be just rude.
Looks like more little tops, is it?
Hey?
More tops.
Yeah. Stock's getting a bit low, and this is probably tonight and tomorrow night to be sort of the last chance I'll have to turn any, and the last chance I'll probably have any energy to turn any.
Yeah.
For a few weeks.
We don't actually need to be on the screen as such.
Say again, mate?
I said we don't actually need to be on the screen as such. So you've got it all to yourself.
Oh, righto.
What have you been up to, Robbo?
Like I said, packing up Christmas lights and still sorting out crap.
Well, Christmas over at your place, Robbo?
Yeah, we had normally what happens is we have our my family's Christmas at the Sunday before Christmas.
Yep.
And then Julie's family is on Christmas Day. But this year, my niece decided that she wanted to show off her new house. So we're having Christmas over there, which will be rather interesting because, oh well, it ain't much room. So I don't know how she figures she's going to fit 35 people in, but anyway, we'll see.
Fair
So
call.
normally everything gets left for a week or so between ours and Julie's, and but this year was set up it was set up a week before because of my niece's birthday party, but it was ripped down straight after our do so that I could go back to work.
Yep.
That piece that I did last night, Robbo,
Sorry, what's that?
that piece that I did last night, I sanded it back and just took all the paint off of it.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, what?
And then
Run
painted
through
it
what you
red.
did with that. What'd you do with the new colour, Jay? I sort of read through it.
Oh, it's red paint.
Yep.
Red, that Hobbytex red paint mixed with a little bit of turp, and then it went orange.
So that's the same. Is that the same red paint you sealed that pine with?
No.
No.
Did I say g'day to Tommy? I don't know whether I did. G'day, Tommy, if I didn't. Been out doing a bit of fencing today. Had a bit of livestock trouble. I woke up this morning with the 3 cows outside the bedroom window.
Ah,
It's gotta be different from having the chickens, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose it could be worse. At least they're reasonably easy to get back in, but they knocked over 3 posts.
Okay. They get scared by something.
No, just pushy buggers.
yeah, probably
Yeah.
scratching themselves.
Yeah, and the posts I've used are only like vineyard
Oh yeah.
second-hand posts.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's what I
sometimes-
said, Kat. Sorry. Yes, if you know anyone that's got any of those lying around or you have, give them to Sid so he can paint his stuff with them.
Hobbytex.
Yeah, it's a fabric paint.
Yeah, I'm sort of half familiar with what it is. It's my sister used to do it, I reckon, or my auntie. So
Yeah.
one of the family used to do paintings with it on fabric it's in a tube with a ballpoint on the end.
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, go on, Gav.
Hey, Gav,
G'day,
how's the
Gav.
hand going, mate?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
No, it's not, Cat. But the thing is, if you take the tip off, you can unscrew the tip and squirt the paint into a small container, add a little bit of terps to it, and then it becomes a stain on wood.
Yeah. That's something you find Jay doing a lot, Cat. He plays with colour and different ways to get different colours. If there's a way to colour something, Jay will probably have a go at it.
Yeah. See if you've got any of it lying around. My mum got given a lot of this stuff because the oils had separated out of the glue had separated out of the paint. But I'm finding a lot of them haven't. So, thanks.
Yep. Knew that was going to happen.
I heard that.
Wow. I've seen that.
Yeah, I turned the gouge the wrong way trying to be clever. Too close to the chuck.
Yeah, I read that, Gav, that they dissolved the stitches and opened back up again. So what you need to do is just put it through a Singer sewing machine, mate.
It's a bit of CA. CA will fix anything. You're lucky you got all us helpful people here to help you.
Either that or baling twine and a bagging needle works pretty well.
I've got some
I don't know.
I'll mark it over.
I reckon a shade cloth needle would be better.
Oh, you're a bit harsh there, Jay. Have another go.
I reckon it's going to come out again, Sid.
Hey?
I reckon it's going to come out again. You haven't got enough bite on the chuck, that's the problem.
If I don't be quite so aggressive with my cuts, I might keep it in there.
Well, you might, yep.
Yeah, it does. There's a bit of a dodgy end on this one.
You got 7 watching at the moment, Sid.
Whoa! We're rocking and rolling it tonight. I
Yeah,
must have heard the bang from the first cat.
That's right, Cat. Yeah, the one you used to use to sew up the wool pack. Lovely curved blade in it, you know?
Ouch.
So you could get it in and get the pliers on the other end of it to pull it through.
Yeah, nah, pass. Thanks.
Cat might be able, you might know, Robbo too. Just trying to think, what was the call on the shearing board when they wanted the needle for the sheep?
Oh, tar. Tar, boy!
Ah, that's it. Tar, boy! If you hear that, Cat, just watch out.
Oh,
Sorry, I missed that.
there I go.
I said if you hear someone yelling out tar, just look out, because it's only a bit of black cotton and an old dressmaker's needle.
Yeah.
I used to be the person that collected the wool when it had fallen off the sheep, and I had to throw it on a rack and pick out all the shit.
Yep.
That was my job, my summer holiday job.
Yep.
Yeah, working on the board.
Rouseabouting.
Yeah, on a rollerboard.
Is that crutching or shearing, Jay?
Sorry?
Stace. Crutching or shearing?
Shearing. My nana's husband at the time had a massive shearing farm.
How about calling it a sheep station with a shearing shed?
Oh, because that's all I ever really seen was the shearing part of it, to be honest, or breaking up sparrow eggs, you know.
So my little Santa Clauses have been selling quite well, but the trees haven't been moving a lot. So I'll have some stock of trees for next year anyway.
Yeah.
Would it help if you planted the trees, Sid?
Well, I don't think they would have grown.
Thank you, Gav. I appreciate that very much. I might get it in about July, I reckon, with our postal service.
Well, you're being a bit optimistic there at the moment, Jay, I reckon. It's funny, like if I can post something out of Kingston, it'll be where it's supposed to be in a couple of days. Something coming in seems to take weeks.
Well, if the government have their way, even Santa Claus won't even be landing in Australia this year.
Although South Australia have stopped a lot of the testing restrictions for Victoria or for other people coming in now, just because they simply couldn't do it.
Yeah, 5 and 6 hours, or up to 10 hours wait at some of the testing stations, apparently.
Yeah, well, the 24-hour one at Victoria Park in Adelaide, that a bloke on the radio, he went in the night before, and he stayed all night, and he still had about 4 hours wait after daylight. So
yeah. And over 3,000 ripped through Sydney yet today.
yeah, but it's not a problem. Dominic says it's okay.
Yep.
Don't need masks or anything in New South Wales. Just waiting to sort of see what it's doing with the business at the shop at the moment. It was looking like it might impact it a bit more than we thought, but if they lifted the restrictions, it might not.
I thought you would have been classed as an essential business, actually.
Oh, it's just for people being able to travel and getting testing without isolating, Robbo.
Oh, yeah.
Because what was happening for a lot of the Vics is they were saying, well, we've got to get one, because that's how most of our tourist trade that's not South Australian is Victorian, of course.
Mm.
They were sort of saying, well, if we've got to get one 72 hours before we come in and get a negative result, and then we've got to get one when we get there and wait for a negative test, if they're only coming over for a few days, there's no point.
Oh, that's right. Lawrence wants to know, Sid, how many children you got? You hate making...
None that I know of.
You are making lots of these. No, Sid
Yeah,
supplies a shop, Lawrence.
Little bit of pocket money. These things have been sitting in the shed here up in the roof for 12 months. and they're still sappy.
Like the pine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you get sappy pine, it won't. It just doesn't dry the sap out. Only the cellulose disappears out of it. So
Yeah. Right, it's good cheap wood and it works right for making these. So,
yep,
and by cheap I mean free.
yep. Yeah, I agree, Kat. Pine's good for kids' toys anyway. And Kat wants to know, guess what Andrew is doing right now?
Sleeping. If he's not sleeping, I've got no idea. But one of Kat's favourite Facebook pastimes is posting sleeping husband pictures.
Oh, right. Just for the embarrassment factor.
Oh, no, it's not the embarrassment factor because he doesn't care. Kat's husband's a truck driver, so he grabs what he can when he can.
I know that feeling sometimes. Used to have to do that myself. Got it in one. Eyes open, looking at his phone while snoring.
Well, that's not a bad effort.
Yeah, I've seen a few trucks on the road with that, like the blokes behind the bloody wheel, eyes staring straight ahead and they're not seeing.
You had all the rain and thunderstorms over there, Robbo?
No, we had 2 beautiful days actually. It rained on Sunday, but yesterday and today been absolutely fantastic, like 24 degrees.
Hasn't been cold here today, but we've had sort of bits of scuddy rain through the day.
Cat said used to freak me out. Had a dog that used to do the same. Would find them laying on the couch together like that.
Yeah, Riker, you'd often see the sleeping husband photo often used to have the dog in it as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still a balmy 14 degrees over here at the moment. That's at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, it's quite nice here. Like I said, it's been raining, but I wouldn't by any stretch say it's been cold.
No, well, that's, yeah.
No rain here.
Has it been hot, Jay, or just balmy, same as here?
It got to about 29, 30 today.
So 35-ish in your shed?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Not too bad then.
Cat wants to know whether they're just texters, Sid.
Yep. These are cheaper ones, but these are the ones I've got to use next, which I've been advised. There they go.
Yeah, Sharpies.
Yeah.
Better quality texture. A lot of these ones are getting a bit second hand now. Starting to throw a few out. So
Tommy says it's still cloudy, but still, it's a cloudy but still day here, Robbo, and a nice 5 degrees Celsius.
oh, there you go, Tommy. What, shorts weather? Bikini?
No, they probably just about had to put a jumper on by now. But swimming season's definitely over. Cat wants to know, are they the good quality ones for lots of things? Was that sister's advice? She would know.
No, this was actually the Sharpie's advice. Actually, was let me think who it was. Worth the effort, wood turning. And it depends on, you get, with these 3x3 bearers, you get different quality wood all the time. So if the grain's a bit tighter, it takes the colour a lot better. And if the grain's not quite so tight, you've got to make sure your tool's really sharp. When I go down the front here, I try and ride the bevel hard and burnish the front of it with the back of the bevel as I go on the last pass. Gives it a little bit of a polish, and the texture holds a bit better on it.
Hey, when you set up the team member next time, Sid, if you actually add them as an admin, they can actually type into this StreamYard chat.
Geez, I don't know whether I want to give you that much power.
Oh, he gave me that much power, and boy, I could delete him.
Yeah, I saw what was going on. I saw you misbehaving, Robbo.
Oh, I love the power, man. I love the power.
Straight to his
More
head,
power.
Joe.
More power.
Little Hitler.
Better take that away quick.
One I've had a couple of goes at with hardwood. I haven't done it successfully yet. I've gone close. Is a tippy top.
A what top?
A tippy top. They've got a spherical base on them, and you hollow the top out, and you've got to get the weight right. And when you spin them normally, and then they'll turn upside down and spin on the handle.
Okay. Are you going to do that now?
Hey?
Are you going to do that right now?
No, you do that. The pine's not good enough to do them with. I do it with hardwood.
Oh, weak, eh?
And I haven't managed to do one successfully yet.
Don't put a point on the... What you do is you don't put a point on the handle at the top where they rotate up onto.
Yeah.
It's got to be virtually just a little round over. That's all it is.
Yeah, and the bottom's spherical as well, but it's getting the height of the handle and the height of the sphere right with enough hollow down inside to get the weight right so that when it spins it'll start to tip.
Yep. Just a matter of physics, that's all.
Yeah, and I think it's a matter of once you get it right, you got to measure it up and then work to a template.
About 25 years ago, I had to make a whole series of Diablos for a circus performer. That was good fun.
What's a Diablo?
It's like they spin on strings. And they're like a top as well. They can be used as a top, but they're made so that they spin on strings, and they can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things with them.
Okay. Well, I've got a little job coming up. I'll try and do in the next couple of nights to make a couple of dog dumbbells.
Oh yeah.
Cat's asked a question. Would the density of the wood vary that? And
Yeah,
Terry is
weight orientated.
And Terry has just come in. How you going, Terry?
Hey, TJ, how you going, mate?
Great, Terry.
I think who's on tonight, Keith or Andy? One of the mad pair, anyway. Well, you've got to stop it before you put the chuck key in, don't you?
Rightio. A Diablo or a Diablo is a juggling... bloody pop-up screens, I'll give you those. Is a juggling prop made of 2 cups or discs using 2 sticks held in the hands, a prop is spun in the air, creating vibrant visual effects as a skilled circus performer performs amazing flicks and tricks. And like the Japanese actually do it in 3 or 4 of them, and they flick them to each other via string and various other things. They're fantastic to watch.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
Keith has just come in. How you going, Keith?
Hey, Keith, who's on tonight? You or Andy?
He said Andy.
Lunchtime for you anyway. Look, tonight for us. Seeing as I might still be awake, maybe.
Yeah, they're like a big yo-yo, Keith. Terry, that's exactly right. That's what I was trying to explain to them. I had to turn a whole series of them about 25 years ago for a circus performer.
Get some really nice little spirals out here if I push hard enough. And then you can explain how hard it is to get the spirals to someone who looks at it and says that's really clever.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the private chat if Jay wants to put that in the comments about a Diablo performer. Oh, Machine Nut Dell. That's a new one. I've never heard him before. Is it going to be Christmas Day on the beach for you guys, or it's bloody freezing here in the UK?
Well, I'm only like 2 k's from the beach, so that's a fair chance.
I'm only 200 yards away. Well, 200 yards
He's
away.
always got to go that one better, doesn't he, Joe?
No, well, I'm 200 yards from the mangroves. They come up to the end of our street down here, actually.
Okay. Now I feel like I should. I've seen Machine Nut Dell around somewhere else. I've been watching something he's been doing or something. So the name's familiar, but welcome in. Remind me where I've seen you or chatted to you or whatever if if you know.
No, he mightn't want to own up, Sid.
He might not too, and I wouldn't blame him.
Oh, g'day, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Mike.
How you going, Dell? How you going, Mike?
He is still awake, see, Sid?
What's that, mate?
He is still awake, see?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to get the link from one device to another without
Oh, right. Yeah.
having to install Messenger on the other device, that's all.
Yeah. I'll get you working on too. Dell says he does some wood turning, but mainly metal.
We won't hold that against you.
No.
Probably handy to know someone who turns metal.
Yeah, pity you're a bit far away, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the link that Robbo gave me that I've just dropped in the chat for everyone.
What are you doing for Christmas, Jay?
Amber and I will go to our parents each in the morning and then come home and cook up a charcoal grill and put all our Christmas meats in that.
That sounds all right, actually. Pity you went a little bit closer. I might let you drop in.
We've moved, sorry.
Oh, bugger. Well, Christmas Day being the only day that we have off, we don't do very much at all. We sort of don't cook. We set everything up the day before.
Yeah.
And we don't really have like a Christmas lunch or a Christmas day. Everything's just sort of finger food, and we graze as the day goes through. I may or may not start drinking early.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having an alcohol-free Christmas this year.
I haven't had one of those in 10 years. It's the only day of the year where I plan to drink.
I may partake in other things. Hey, Sid, just do us a favour, eh? Don't tell Kat where I live.
I already have. Sorry, mate.
Oh, bugger.
Well, we will be having the traditional Christmas pommy type Christmas with bloody roast pork and roast this and roast that.
Seriously?
And, yeah, I know. Our lot have a barbecue. Like we have a
barbecue's all right, because barbecue and salad, like the meat's hot, but you don't have a sit down there.
Yeah, the only hot meat that we basically have is chicken sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be all cold meat. Shirley will cook up probably she normally cooks up a silver side day before or a couple of days before. We have prawns. And may have oysters, don't know yet. Because you've got to cook them on the day, so that might be too much work.
No, you can keep your oysters. Never been able to come at oysters. The only shellfish I really like are scallops.
Yep. What are your prawn prices like up there, Sid?
Sorry, mate.
What are your prawn prices like there?
I'd have to have a look. They're not. That's probably the only. It's the only fish we've got that hasn't changed a lot. So we're probably selling them somewhere around $45 a kilo. The green prawns.
Oh yeah, we just got extra large ones. We ended up having to get them from Woolies. All the fish markets had gone through the roof and the prices, but Woolies hadn't changed, so we do a bugger it. We could just get it there. It was
Are Woolies SA prawns or are they the imported ones?
No, I'm pretty sure they were from here. They were $27 a kilo.
Because Vaname prawns are imported.
Yeah.
And Woolies have a lot of tiger prawns and banana prawns, or down here in Mount Gambier they do anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, they've got them here too, but we made sure we got the extra large ones, the normal plain coloured ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so we only get SA king prawns in.
Yeah.
But we've got a really good. We get looked after with the fish because we buy like when we buy our prawns, it's normally a few $1,000 order with all the fish and stuff we get along with it as well. So
Yep.
it's not as bulky as what the chip order is, but it's probably more expensive.
Yeah, I bet. I thought you would have had a smorgasbord from the fish and chip shop for Christmas.
Yeah, no, because you got to cook all that. Apart from prawns, none of it's good cold. You got to cook it all on the day.
Just pay someone in food to do it.
So because like Christmas Day is the only day we have off, so I want to just touch up the edge on this. Yeah, so we try and do as little as possible and relax as much as possible. It's the only day of the year, like I said before, I plan to drink, and I normally start at about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Mike, are you slightly intoxicated? Trying to get the key in your door, or what?
No. His Y key on the keyboard was dodgy, like my A key was the other night.
Oh yeah, likely story. Yeah.
Well, my keyboard didn't like a drink of tea. Bloody miserable thing.
I got given some marmalade today, Kat. You better come and see me. I don't like marmalade much.
No, it's horrible stuff, isn't it?
You know what happens when people have funny cravings? What's normally behind that? Have you done one of those Facebook posts, Kat, that tells you you're having twins this year or something?
And Tommy's having a full roast with 4 or 5 meats for Christmas Day.
The cat
Who's he
just said I
meeting?
drink that fluffy stuff. Well, it might be fluffy on the outside, but it's not fluffy on the inside. So my Christmas Day drink of preference is my version of an Irish coffee. And my version of an Irish coffee has is in a 600ml glass, which so might be a bit bigger than that. It's a full pommy pint handle, and probably a finger of Jameson's Irish whiskey, a finger of Kahlua, a finger of Bailey's, and then top it up with iced coffee, and make it fluffy with a bit of whipped cream on top. And I'll have the first one of them normally before I feed the animals, or as soon as I finish feeding the animals in the morning.
What a good way to ruin alcohol with iced coffee.
Don't knock it till you tried it. Mind you, the milk gets a bit much after about the third or fourth one.
And
I
Terry's saying he'll be having a family traditional lunch, about 14 around the table.
Sounds like my grandma.
Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be like on Saturday or Sunday here with my wife's lot, but there's 35 of them altogether.
Oh,
we had 47 for ours.
did somebody not work out what was happening, Robbo?
Oh no! This year my brother came over from Tasmania. We had friends that with their kids are all getting partners now, of course. So all the boyfriends and girlfriends come along as well. It's sort of like an open house Christmas lunch at our place.
Well, we sort of do too. We sort of say anyone who wants to come along is welcome, but we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, that's right. No, well, they know we have ours Sunday before Christmas, and they know it's virtually an open house. And like Julie always prepares enough food to feed the Australian Defence Forces, so.
Mike's having crunchy nut cornflakes with Baileys.
Oh, that sounds all right.
And then he's having a Bucks Fizz with a whiskey chaser. A few cans and dinner if it goes down.
No, he's having a few cans before pub dinner if it goes down. Maybe no pub this year.
Yeah. You meant to drink after the food, Mike, not be bloody for it.
Oh, you didn't do that last year.
Yeah, I did. I just drank too much and it decided to come back up.
I don't have that problem. I don't drink. Except cups of tea and water and lemonade. And Gav said, Jesus, Mike.
It's funny, you know, I get sound about 20 seconds before your tool even hits the wood.
Yeah.
Hey?
I get sound of the tool hitting the wood before I see the tool hit the wood.
Okay.
Yeah, you got another 55 minutes before Andy's on.
I've only got 2 more blanks cut after this one. So.
Yeah, well, I've got 3 brothers that have Terry. Terry said that it's a bit like his house on Christmas. They have an open house on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. We had 38 for buffet lunch one New Year. Never realised how many were in the family. Well, like I've got 3 brothers that have all got kids, and there's 8 kids now. They've all got boyfriends and girlfriends now, so there's 16 and 18 in one family, or in one half of the family. My kids have got wives, so there's 6 there, and they've got 8 kids between them, and the older ones now are starting to bring boyfriends and girlfriends along. And then we've got friends whose kids are the same. They've got boyfriends and girlfriends. Then we've got my mother. She hasn't got a boyfriend. Then we've got my father's cousin and his girlfriend, and 3 kids. And 3 of the older ones comes along because we're all related. Who else are we got? I'm just sort of working around the table at the moment. Yeah, 47 altogether. And funnily enough, no blues or anything at all during the day.
No, they only happen at funerals, don't they?
Oh, they don't even happen in our family at funerals. And Dell wants to know what timber you're using there, Sid. I
It's
know.
just off-cut pine, off pallet bearers. Not quite 3x3. They're the bearers that. Hang on. Go between gyprock sheets when they're loaded on the trucks. Local hardware store was going to dump them in the dump, so I grabbed them. But essentially, it's crappy pine.
Yeah, the cheapest of the cheap radiator it is.
Close into the pith. Quite a few of these bits have actually got pith through the middle of them.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way I can get 3x3 out of the tree. Yeah, Terry, I agree. It's good fun. Like, then we catch up on all the gossip and everything. So,
Yeah, it's pretty soft still. If the tool's not sharp, it's also pretty porous and you open it up a lot. But I do these. We've got a local community store in town I sell a bit of stuff in. And these little tops.
Pete's just come in. How you going, Pete?
hey,
Pete.
Peter of the Twisted Trees.
And I've just put in a link for Machine Nut Dell's page as well.
I think I'm sub to it, but if I'm not, I will be.
And Dell says you are, Sid.
Cool, I was pretty sure I was. Did you hear that one, Robbo?
No, what? Catchy?
Right, it's a bit. No, that one was a bit subtle. I started the cut before I had the tool on the wrist.
Oh,
Just a little bang onto the wrist.
you can cushion that by putting your finger in the way, you know?
Oh, how does it all like that?
Yeah. Leaves
I'll try that next time, maybe.
leaves a lovely blood blister on the side of the finger, it does. Don't ask me how I know.
Okay, I won't. Oh, that's a. Oh. So my colour selection is I randomly pick up 4 textures. I don't look. So we're going for a bit of contrasting colour on this one.
Right, Dell has asked. He said, "Have you give the carbide inserts for wood? Have you used the carbide inserts for wood? Just had some success with them."
I possess carbides, and the only thing I've used them for is hollowing. I actually don't like the finish they leave. I find you get a much cleaner finish with a traditional tool. The carbide seems to scrape, and you seem to be doing a lot of sanding to make up for the scraping. Robbo might comment on that.
No comment.
So the C word and the P word.
That's right.
So for
No, I agree that carbides are the way to go with hollowing. But as far as a good finish on spindle turning, forget about it, or bowls even. Oh, that's a rank bit of wood.
yeah, I'll get rid of most of that in the chuck.
Yeah.
That'll stay behind. But yeah, you get some interesting bits.
It's all right, Gav and everybody. I had about 3 Valium before I answered that one, all right?
Does JP only use carbides?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sponsored by Easy Wood Tools, so.
I couldn't recall ever having seen him use anything else. I do have the Easy Wood #1 hollowing tool, and it's a nice tool.
Is that the rougher or the hollower?
That's the hollower, the one with the fine tip on the end.
Oh yeah. No, I've got to admit, I've got an Easy Wood Tool hollower, rougher.
Yeah.
The first one they ever bought out, and I bought it for a particular reason. And yes, it does do the job it was designed for. It was for very, very hard timbers that had stones and dirt and crap in them, old telephone poles.
Yep.
But economically, it still wasn't worth it as far as sharpening the gouges and things. So it didn't. Having to buy the cutters for it was.
So this is only a cheap spindle gouge out of one of those $150 sets, and I reckon that leaves a better finish than what a carbide does.
Oh, it would, yeah, if it's sharp. Yeah, I agree that the hollowing tools in the carbides it's probably the best thing that ever happened to hollowing tools.
How did they used to do the hollowing in the olden times, Robbo?
Well, actually, they didn't do much hollowing, but what they did do was all done with scrapers, and
Okay.
they had bent scrapers and everything as well for getting down in behind things. But in a lot of cases, what they do is do them in two halves. So you've got two bowls and then join them together.
So they made a funnel and a bowl and then stuck them together.
Basically, yes. But they
I
didn't
can do that.
normally. They didn't necessarily make them a funnel because they were both held on face plates. So they used to do the top. They'd
Yep.
make the top in the bottom of the one they put on the top, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I know, it's like a lot of tools. They have their uses for certain things, and that's it.
I suppose the thing with carbides is you don't have to learn tool presentation with them.
No, well, yes, to a certain extent you do, because if you poke,
not to the same degree as you do with traditionals.
sorry, I missed the last bit of your sentence there. I thought you'd finished it.
So yeah, all the carbides basically go in at the same angle, whereas
Well,
all of your
yeah, that's dead right. Like, but if you poke it in too quick too, you'll wear the bit of wood. So. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Peter. It is the easiest way to do some things. And like if you've got a little bit of decorative timber you can put down between the join, people don't know the difference.
oh yeah, make the joint a feature.
Yeah. Yeah, then it looks like a segmented thing or something. I've seen quite a few people do that actually, and they've made a segmented ring to go around the actual join so that it's a highlight of the piece. No, I must admit, Mike, I've never seen any videos on it, but I think there was a video a couple of years ago where the bloke actually hollowed out the inside like a vase and then he put a base on it. Like he actually hollowed out all the bottom of the vase and then joined another piece on to make the plug in the bottom and then reversed it and drilled the hole in from the top.
So what I'm actually making here at the offcuts is the mother-in-law's kindling for next year. I got asked in at the store why I don't send my offcuts in boxed up and sell it as kindling, because that makes a small fortune down here. A little bag of pine sells for about $10.
Yeah, see you later, Gav.
See you, Gav. Thanks for coming in, mate.
See you, Gav. Did you tell him, Sid, that you do bring in kindling, but it comes in tops and trees?
Well, the trouble is I don't get to bring the kindling in because it all gets snaffled before I get to box it up. Got to keep the mother-in-law happy as well, you see.
Well, if you don't end up selling your trees, bag them up as kindling.
Oh, they'll be ready for next year. So I'm not sure. I'll find out, I guess, when I get my statement, how many I've sold. But I made a lot more trees than anything else, so it might just look like there's more there than what I. So I had this horrible rattle on this that I couldn't work out what it was. It wasn't the grub screws. And turned out there was a screw. When I put it back together, there was only actually 3 screws holding the cover on. And when I found another screw to put in there, the rattle stopped.
Oh, truly amazing.
Yeah, funny that.
I'll have to find that later, Mike. That, as you know, that's one of my pet hates. Leaving chuck keys
Okay.
in the chuck.
Yeah, I think you're. Well, I have seen that one, Pete. I reckon. See you, Terry.
Yeah, see you later, Terry.
If I'm still awake, I might see you in the reprobate study session.
See you, Terry.
Which is not all that far away, so I probably will be still awake. one thing I've found with the colours is it doesn't matter what you do, someone's always going to be looking for something you haven't done. Last one.
Well, he didn't show what the damage caused to the lathe was or anything with that, leaving the lathe, the chuck key in. Yeah, you
I
didn't
must be
show
doing
what
all right. You go, Robbo.
Yeah, you didn't show, Del, what the effect of leaving the chuck key is. Unfortunately, the one time I saw it, well, one of the times I saw the chuck key left in, it killed the bloke behind him. Yeah, I must admit, Pete, when I do a square bowl like that, I actually glue waste timber on the outside of the thing so that it keeps it round, and then I just cut the waste out of the way.
Dell's got a question just above what Pete said too, Robbo.
No, I know. Yes, I have, Del, turned lignum vitae. In fact, there's quite a few on here that have turned lignum vitae. And it's hard, but it comes up beautifully with a finish.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the evening's entertainment.
Yeah, very good, Sid.
What have I got there? I wasn't counting them.
Nice and colourful.
5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I hadn't broken one, I would have had 20. Alrighty, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. And I will possibly see some of you shortly in Andy's live.
Yeah, if I come in, I won't be there for long. Because it's after midnight here, so I will be.
Yeah, no, I'll be the same, but I'll probably go in and say hello. Right, thank you all very much. And
all right.
I'll catch you all. If I don't see you all before, have a good Christmas anyway.
Yeah, nighty night. Keep it
See you
safe.
later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.